Hola familia, good morning. I'm in the garden today. I thought it'd be a great day to show you our permaculture garden, what we got going on. Warning, it is a little sad in here. A lot of things have died. We're in the middle of summer, so don't judge me. Know that we actually did run out of water, so I haven't been able to water as much as I can, and I've had to kind of let things go. So come take a look and I hope you enjoy. Before we started the tour, I just wanted to let you guys know what I mean when I say permaculture garden. So when I say permaculture garden, I mean we are working with nature instead of against it. We're not buying a bunch of unnecessary stuff. And this doesn't make us better than anyone, just to put that out there. This is just the way we live our life. We try to trade our seeds with neighbors and use those seeds. I have bought extra seeds, but we try to do locally first. What else? We try to recycle our water. So we collect rainwater and we recycle our laundry water, as you may have seen with our other video. And yeah, we just try to use natural borders. So I'll show you some of our plant containers use wood that we found on the property and rocks. Yeah, it's just that when people say permaculture, it means working with nature and gathering items from nature. And when I say that I ran out of water, it's because here we do not have a well and we do not have running water. So if we don't have gasoline to put in our pump to extract water from the property that Alejandro works out, then we're out of water for the day and we can't water the garden. So I just have to pray and go and talk to the plants and say, hold on, and hope that they hold on until the next day. Remember, we are in summer, so it's pretty hot. Luckily, we've been having a really calm summer. It hasn't been super hot. I don't know about where you guys are. So let's get into it. I want to show you guys what we got going on. Okay, let's start with the first two garden beds that we made when we first moved here to the property almost 3 years ago. So Alejandro made these garden beds. I'm going to switch it around. He made them out of posts that he got when he was working at a different property down the road from us. So he sawed these down and he put them together with pretty much just laying on top of each other. He did put stakes like these to kind of reinforce it. But yeah, I thought this was a really cool idea. And then we put mesh underneath because we have a huge gopher problem here. So these ones are holding the potatoes. They look sad, but sometimes potatoes just look like that. A little bit of ganja. Later in the video, I will get into the marijuana rules here in Mexico because you can actually legally grow marijuana here. So either in this video or in a totally separate one, we can talk about that. Here's a little broccoli. It's going to seed. And then this amaranth is everywhere. Amaranto is everywhere around the property. So I saw another content creator eating this boiled. So I would love to try that. Drop in the comments if you have a way to eat that. Here's our next one. My sad tomatillos. They're holding on for dear life, but they are holding on. Look at this beautiful red, purple amaranto. Isn't it lovely? This one came here all by herself, and we've been learning a lot about this quelite, which means wild green, that grow all over Mexico. More potatoes. So see how those ones are brown? These are ready to dig up, but I'm just gonna wait until all of them get brown, like that one, and then I'm gonna dig them up all at the same time. I've found with potatoes to just let them do their thing, and then you'll get more potatoes at once. Moving on to the big bed. Just wanted to show you guys really quick this beautiful traditional Mexican quelite, wild green. So before I say it, drop it in the comments. I want to know if this is eaten where you live, if you live in Mexico or Guatemala. Let me know if this delicious quelite is eaten. I'm about to make a recipe with it. I will drop another video, but I'm going to make this kind of like a chili relleno. I'm going to put it with cheese and then fry it. So this is called guanzontle. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm so sorry. And this is an ancient traditional wild green, and I think it's just so beautiful. Look how the leaves are turning red right here. Just so lovely. Let's check out the big garden. Alejandro just made this door. It's really cool. We have this for the dogs don't come in. And we used rocks as borders. We didn't quite finish this one. It went from big to small. But when we say permaculture, once again, we're talking about using what we have. So these came from the property Alejandro works at. And I just think they turned out really cute. Take you a moment to pause because we're sitting next to this awesome plant I have here. This lovely plant, she's getting a little bit dry, but this plant is called Aztec tobacco. And you can see these leaves are going to be dried out to either use ceremonially or to smoke. So people use different types of herbs to use ceremonially to extract bad energy and cleanse certain spaces. So we have tons of white sage here in the hills of Baja, but I try not to use it too much because it is protected against like poaching and people wanting to extract too much. So I thought it'd be cool to grow our own alternative. And yeah, look how beautiful it is. Okay, now that we've seen the beautiful stuff, it's time to show you the ugly stuff. So it is summer and a lot of things are going to seed, a lot of things are dying. So I have no shame. I want to keep it real. Always on this channel, I want to keep it real and let you guys know that it is really hard to have a garden that produces your needs in a place that's number one, that's dry and hot and only gets 12 inches annually of rain. And number two, we don't have a well. We don't have running water. So let's see what we got going on left. Okay, so these tomatoes are super sad. They're crying. They're dead, basically. These are actually 2 years old. These are from last year. We kept them up to experiment. Experiment failed. Such is life. We're going to pull these out and then have more room for our fall garden. The poppies, this is what naturally happens, so I'm not kicking myself. The ones that are there are beautiful. I'll probably collect them for a tincture to make a calming tincture. Poppies are known for their calming abilities. Not heroin, guys. I'm not making heroin, don't worry. And then these are the pods that hold all the seeds. So I've already collected a bunch of these. Let's see if I can show you. See all the seeds? How cool is that? So this is the ugly part of the garden. Such is life. We'll pray for a better rainfall this next year. Here's another sad part of my garden. The spiral is really cool. We made a rock spiral last year and it looks really cool in springtime, but a little bit ugly in summer. So this was filled with calendula, that orange flower, and I have so many seeds now, but this ice plant took over. I'm gonna have to pull that out. So that's looking pretty ugly, we can all agree. Welcome to my herb garden. So these were one of the first garden beds besides the wooden stick ones that our family built. There's two of them. There's the other one, and they are underneath these laurel sumac trees, lentisco in Spanish. And the bees just love them. They're going crazy right now. So we built the form of the bed by using rocks. And I planted certain herbs, so this is yarrow. I love yarrow. Yarrow is a wonderful herb to have for working with blood issues, helping to clot blood, for helping to calm fevers. So it's a great herb to have if you are a parent. I really like to work with this herb. I got rosemary. We have ruda, really big one. And we have the hierba buena right here. And this one is called borage. It's really dead right now. So yeah, I love my little herb garden and it brings me a lot of joy. Now that we've shown you the good, bad, and ugly of our garden, I wanted to show you the most important part of our garden here next to our chicken coop. And yes, it involves corn. This is our milpa. Now the word milpa comes from the Nahuatl word milpan, which means cultivated field. And that's what we have here. This is our corn right next to our amaranth. Most people associate milpas with the Three Sisters form of gardening, which is using corn, pumpkin, and beans to interplant together. You can also use amaranth. In fact, it was historically used in Mexico to interplant with corn and is actually a sacred plant here in Mexico. And these amaranth plants actually came here by themselves. I have no idea. I guess the birds brought them and dropped them in here. These are volunteer plants, but look at how lovely they turned out. So it's not doing that good. Like I said, we're having water problems and it's not the most luscious milpa I've ever had, but it is what it is. And we definitely need to add more mulch soon, but I will keep you guys posted for the fall garden. Hey y'all, we are in the last part of our summer permaculture tour here at our Baja homestead, and I just wanted to show you another part of our herbal garden. So we have the lavender and the marijuana right here. The bees are so happy. Whoa. And the beetle. So this is a part of our garden that's really special to us because we use these plants in our apothecary. We make 2 types of salves with these plants. So with the lavender, we make a healing wound salve, kind of an all-purpose for skincare. And then with the marijuana, we make a pain salve for joints or for back pain. So yeah, we love this part of our garden. It smells so good. And I just want to talk a little bit about marijuana use in Mexico because it's kind of stigmatized here to use marijuana. It's not as accepted as the US. That kind of surprised me a little. Things are changing. So first of all, the stigma comes from kind of the cartel use of it. In the past, cartels passed marijuana through the border and it was like a high demand drug. Things are changing now. I think fentanyl is more in demand and heroin and more synthetic drugs. So marijuana, I think, is shifting and seeing more as a healing medicine rather than like a hard drug. And it helped a few years ago. AMLO, the president at the time, signed a bill that allowed households in Mexico up to 6 plants. You were allowed to grow up to 6 plants. If there were 2 adults in the household, up to 8 plants. So that is super exciting. I'm not sure if you need a permit. Let me know in the comments if you know. But I thought that was really cool, and I think it really helps people to see it as a healing medicine rather than like a hard drug, a scary drug. So yeah, we have under 8 plants here. We try to keep it really chill, and we just feel so blessed to be able to grow this sacred medicine. So we are wrapping up the tour here on our Baja homestead. There's a little bit more of the garden. I am going to do a fall tour, and I hope it's better. I hope it's less crispy and that there's more plants, and I hope we have good rainfall this year. I'm also doing a fall seed exchange here on our property for anyone that lives in Baja California or anyone that lives across the border in San Diego. I would love to have you guys here. We're going to be exchanging seeds, chatting, talking about anything, gardening, our property. yeah, so I will keep everyone posted on that on my socials. If you're not on my Facebook and Instagram, head over there with the same name, Our Baja Homestead. And have a blessed day and happy growing.